Welcome to another episode of the Watch Me Wholesale Show. Here's how this works. I'm going to randomly select a market, then I'm going to go into that market and find a distressed property for sale, run the numbers, and call and make an offer. Now we're going to be doing this on Propwire. If you don't know what Propwire is, it's the nation's largest database of seller leads with over 157 million records nationwide. And best of all, it's absolutely free to search and download as much properties as you want. But first, if you're new here, my name is Jerry Norton. I make millions of dollars a year wholesaling and flipping houses. And here on my YouTube channel, I show you how to do the same. So if you want to be a flipping genius like me and live your dream life, subscribe to my channel and watch my videos. Okay, we're going to go now to my screen where we have a picker wheel with 10 markets chosen. We're going to spin the wheel and pick a market. Okay, Virginia Beach is the winner. Let's go find a deal. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go into Virginia Beach and put that into our search. Virginia Beach, Virginia. And we're gonna select lead type MLS active. We're gonna go down and pick single family. And I might even just do like 3 bedrooms and up. And there's my search. I'm gonna go ahead and sort this by list price. And let's go lowest to highest. And so now what you can see here is you can see a map on the left and then properties on the right, individual properties. So we scroll through these properties and you can start at the top and just work your way down the list if you'd like. And remember right here, you can see where it gives you some more records or some more, we call them cards on what's going on. So like withdrawn or empty nester. And so it gives you a little bit of feedback on these properties. And what I'm looking for here is, something that I can just call on. So let me just scroll through a couple of these and let's take a look at this one right here on Northgate. Okay, so here we are, Northgate Court, 3 bedroom, 1 bath, 1,300. Property transfers by special warranty deed. Seller to absolutely make no repairs, no issues with the house other than the agent's knowledge. Sellers' names must be on offer. A whole bunch of names. So, I'm guessing this could be like an estate or something like that. Let's go to look at our history. Not showing us any history there. Let's go look at the owner. Okay, nothing helping us there either. So when we call, we'll see what we can find out here. And it's been on the market, looks like for about 28 days or so. So now I'm gonna go comp this. Let's get our head around maybe what the comps are. So now what I want to do here is we're looking at this general area. We are about 1,300 square feet. So I'm going to look for stuff that's right around that. And I'm going to select the highest sold comp. So it looks to me like anything up in the 200s is the higher price of the market. So I'm going to skip everything under 200 and just select these homes that look fairly reasonable in square footage and beds and baths, but they're pulling in a 200 plus price per square foot. So we got that one. Let's see, let's pick this one for 243. Really anything in the 200s I'm gonna select. And what it's doing is every one I check, it re-updates the value based on the comps I'm choosing. So you can see it doing that. And then I'm gonna pick this 227, but it's looking like in the 220s is probably fairly reasonable to expect. See 216, every now and then I'll see a higher one like 268, 222, 239, 278. You can see it's bringing my average around 300,000. That's feeling about right. Let's see. Let's grab 246, 248, 238. 264, 241, lots of comps here. Now I am going back a year. If I want, I could go back only 6 months and that would get me obviously a much smaller list. But we're just trying to get a general basis. Okay, so I checked all of the ones that were in the twos. That brought me into about 311, 892. So if I jump over to my deal analyzer, let's go ahead and put some numbers in here. So let's put 316 and let's bring this down to our price of about 310. let's see. So right about there. So about 236 a foot gets us to a 310 ARV. I'm going to go with a 40,000 rehab on this house. It looks pretty clean. It's just going to be some cosmetic updates. Kitchen, bath. Let me see here. Yeah, kitchen, bath, carpet paint type of thing. So, oops. So then I'm going to go ahead and put that at about 40. I like to put 9% for closing costs, 6% for carrying costs. And let's put this at a 10% profit since it's a pretty light rehab. I think somebody would be, pretty happy to be around, in the mid 30s on this, 35. I'm going to put a $15,000 wholesale, puts me at about a 175 on my buy. Okay, so there's my formula that I ran real quick. By the way, I'll give this to you for free. Just go to mydealanalyzer.com and you can get a digital calculator like this to run all your numbers. You see how quickly I did that? I just adjusted my numbers and it gave me my new offer price. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pick up the phone and call this agent. So if I go back to Propwire, I go down here to show more, and then I scroll down here, it's going to give me the agent, Tony London, and there's his phone number. Now what I like to do is I like to text the agent, and I'll just text him and I'll say, "Hi Tony, I'm an investor interested in making a cash offer on your listing on Northgate Court. Can I call you in 5 minutes?" Something like that. Or can I call you now? Or are you available now? And send that text. And then once he responds, then I pick up the phone and call him. So I just sent that text and let's jump on the phone. Let me see. Okay, he just said yes. So he replied yes. So I'm going to go ahead and call this agent and see what we can do.
Tony London, may I help you?
Yeah, hi Tony. This is Jerry calling you about your listing on Northgate Court.
Yes.
I'm an investor looking at this as a possible flip. What can you tell me about it?
Well, it's in marginally good shape. I mean, it would pass an FHA appraisal.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you about using it as a flip. It could be. You could buy it and flip it probably. It wouldn't take much money to put in dry. That's for sure.
Is the roof good? It's hard to tell.
The roof, to my knowledge, is good. I don't have any reports on the property. It's part of an estate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, floors look decent. I mean, but I would go in and do new floors, new carpet, new paint, probably new tile. I don't know, maybe add AC. But what do you think this would sell for fixed up if I put some money into it and made it look like a new remodel?
$343,000 is what I got an appraisal on fixed up.
343. Okay. Yeah, I think I ran numbers at like 310 or something, but I just did it real quick. I didn't really dial it in too well. But that sounds reasonable, 340. I guess the challenge would be I'd be spending about probably 40 or so. So, for that to pencil, I'd have to be quite a bit under where it's listed. How long has this been on the market? 40 days? I mean, do you think they'd be interested in a lower cash offer, or they holding out for a retail buyer, or what do you think?
I think they would consider any offer.
Okay.
My suggestion is to make an offer and let's see what it comes in at.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do a verbal.
One day, when you're dealing with an estate, one day everybody is, no, it's worth $1,000 million. The next day, let's just dump it. So you just never know about people. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you think that way, because a lot of agents I talk to, they're like, oh, for sure they won't. And I'm like, just please make the offer. And then they find out they will. You know what I mean? Like, how do you know what somebody's changes their mind from yesterday to today?
There you go.
Well, I am cash.
Just so you know, there are 5 beneficiaries to this house. So it's going to take me probably a week to get an answer for you.
Gotcha. Everyone's got to get on the same page.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see on the right up here, it says all the names.
Yeah.
All the names on that. Well, I am cash. I would have to be significantly lower than the list price, but I'm also unrepresented. So can you write the offer as well for me?
I could write the offer for you, absolutely.
Okay, so you could do the buyer side.
And you know what? I have a problem doing that. And here's the reason I have a problem doing that. It's called dual agency.
Yep.
And it could create a big problem, especially since this is an estate. So I would recommend that you secure another agent to write the offer. Now, and I know that's not something you probably hear very often, but there's an attorney involved with this thing plus 5 people. It's just too dicey for me to get involved on both sides.
Okay. I mean, are you sure if you just called him and said, "Hey, I got a cash investor. He's I mean, if you don't we could
call these people. Everything is done by email. It's very difficult to communicate with these folks.
I see. I mean, another idea would be we just waive the buyer side, then they save some money, but I would still need your help on the offer, I guess. So I don't know if that makes sense.
I think you need to get another agent to write the offer. I don't mind. Everybody understands that the agent has to be paid. And they're not looking at trying to cut a few $1,000s off of the deal. What they're interested in looking at is a fair transaction.
Yeah, more than anything, even more important than the offer on this property is I like to do a dual agency so I can create a relationship where you're somebody that wants to work with me, call me on your future deals, just a long-term relationship where we do multiple deals over time, not just one and done. So
I appreciate that. However, it is just too risky to do dual on this particular one.
Too messy.
And I appreciate it very, very much. I do appreciate it, but I hope you can appreciate my situation.
Yeah. I'm just not local there. Don't have an agent I work with normally. What about designated agency? Somebody in your office?
And the designated can be done if you call. I can give you a telephone number to our switchboard up there, and just tell them that you need an agent other than me to write an offer. They'll be happy to set you up. You ready?
Sure.
757-217-4200.
Sorry, 757. Say again.
217.
4200.
Excuse me, 2400.
2400.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And then, I mean, you wouldn't even want to do a verbal for me right now just to see if we're in the ballpark, or?
They wouldn't even consider, I don't even present a verbal. It has to be written. But if I have a written contract, it stands a pretty damn good chance of getting through if it's reasonable.
Yeah, it's probably not reasonable is my problem, because I would be, if I'm running my numbers, by the time I budget in closing, commissions, financing, profit, and I bump this up to you said 340?
I have an appraisal at 343, subject to, making it, a little bit nicer than what it is.
Yeah, let's say I spend 40. If I spend 40, I'd get new kitchen, new bath, new floors, new paint. That 40 doesn't go very far these days. Yeah, I'm down there probably around 200 or something like that. So if you think it's worth putting an offer in, I'll put an offer in cash.
I've got another offer sitting in that same general area.
Yeah.
And I haven't got feedback yet from and that offer has been submitted to the beneficiaries. I'm waiting on a response back from them now.
Okay, so that's telling me I'm in the right ballpark, because that's where an investor needs to be. Not a retail buyer, but an investor is going to need to be down there at around 200 to have room to do, spend money and resell it.
I used to flip property myself, and absolutely, you have to make a profit. There's no sense working for free.
Yeah, and you got cost of money, you got closing commissions, you got, all the things, rehab, and you got to factor in a little buffer there in case you're off on something. Well, then if you've already submitted one at that price, it's it's not unreasonable for me to put an offer in around there too, then, sounds like.
I think it would be prudent.
Yeah. And on future deals, if it's not messy like this one, if you're able to do dual agency, I'd like to be a ready go-to buyer for you that you can call.
Text me your name, your telephone number, and put on there that you are a flipper.
Yep.
And I'll put you in my. I sort on flippers when I get a piece of property. I sort on the word flipper. So because I used to be a flipper.
In your phone, you'll save it as flipper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or cash buyer.
I save it to my contacts.
Perfect. Yeah. Smart.
All right.
I wish more agents did that, but that's great.
Okay. Good luck to you.
All right.
Once again, give them a call. Tell them that you need an agent to write an offer. They can handle it for you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. What I'm going to do is I'm with Real Brokerage, and we've got agents all over the place in my team and outside of my team, just with the brokerage. I'm going to just text my guy, Jordan, and have him find an agent that can write the offer for me. This is unique though. I don't run into this very often. I guess I do run into it, but this is what happens sometimes if an agent won't do dual agency and he's strategically, intentionally not doing dual agency because he doesn't want to have any conflict of interest. So that does happen. Remember, there's 12 states that do not allow dual agency, and then there's certain brokerages that do not allow dual agency, and then there's certain agents that just decide not to do dual agency. So when we're not doing dual agency, it takes away our competitive advantage because now look, I'm just another offer from a buyer's agent, on a desk full of other offers, and there's nothing special about me now. I don't have anybody looking out for me, going to bat for me, trying to work my offer for me. So I'm always trying to work really hard at that dual agency model. We call that the double dip. So now I've got to go just lump in with everybody else on this one. But it is what it is. If that happens, you just have to deal with it. Now, what I found is just offer the double dip to those agents, the listing agents, and let them figure it out. So even in a non-dual agency state, I have all the time where, like in Texas and Florida, both non-dual agency, where the agents will change it to designated agency, which is another agent in the same office, or they'll change it to transaction broker, which means they don't represent either party, and they still can get both sides. Okay, so that's how that went down there. But also notice how I still made my offer, right? Like I adjusted a little bit on the fly based on the information he gave me because I came in with an ARV, like a real quick value that was lower. He told me an appraised value. I readjusted on my deal analyzer and then, presented the new offer. And I'm like, man, I got to be down around 200. And so, but I finessed that a little bit, right? Like I'm not just right out of the gate lowballing. People don't like that. It doesn't sit well. But I worked my way to it, and then he gave me really good feedback. He said, hey, they're sitting on another offer right around there that got presented. So that, that was good feedback that he gave me on that. So guys, hope you got a lot of value out of this. One thing I want to let you know about is with Propwire, we have a special promo going called Propwire Gold. And with that, what you get is $300 worth of skip tracing, which is 2,500 skip traces. And at 12 cents a skip trace, that's $300 worth each month for $97 per month. So you pay $97 a month, you get $300 worth of skip tracing, 2,500 skip traces. It's a no-brainer, like an awesome deal. We actually lose money doing it, but we want to get more active users on the system, so that's why we're offering it to you. To check that out, just go to propwiregold.com. That's propwiregold.com, and you can sign up for that. And leave a comment. Let me know your big takeaway on this show here, and anything that you learned that you're going to start to implement in your business. Love to hear from you, and I'll see you on the next video.